Cowboys, them boys.
We're back, baby.
Divisional round upcoming. We're back, and Dak is back.
He's back.
He's back.
He's so back.
So I was hearing from Eagles. We're just jumping right in. We don't care anymore. I'm hearing from Eagles fans that you guys are overreacting to beating an 8-9 team.
Says the ones that literally overreacted the whole year with their easy ass schedule.
Ooh.
All right, bro. Jalen Hurts. Do we know how healthy
he's back?
he is?
He's off the injury report.
Do we know how healthy he is though?
No, we don't.
Is he RG3 healthy or is he Jalen Hurts healthy?
I think he's Jalen Hurts healthy. I can't compare him to RG3.
If we had like a little like bar here, like to take a penalty kick, RG3, Jalen Hurts.
I would, dude. That's a tap shot.
I think stop. Tell me where to stop.
Stop. Nah, back.
That's midway.
That's midway.
Nah, there's no redos.
Scoot it out. Yeah. So yeah, man. All right, let's get into that game because one, Brady is not done. He's going to continue to play. There's no way he's going to retire. He's not Rodgers. Rodgers is going to retire. We know that. Brady is not, because what does he have left? His kids are gone. His ex-wife is gone. He's got a beautiful girlfriend now. Okay, I get it. But, dude, he's not done. He's going to go play somewhere.
I mean, I hear you. But, I mean, he's also a wuss bag. This guy, every time there was pressure, just threw it anywhere that he could. He didn't want to get touched the whole game. He was scared. If you put pressure on Brady, and I've said this for a couple years now, if you put pressure on Brady consistently, he will shit himself and he'll throw it away. And it resulted in his first interception in the red zone for the Buccaneers. What a terrible throwaway that was. It changed the whole game.
Yeah. But, dude, how do you make those calls? Was Pete Carroll calling those plays? Bro, you're on the 5-yard line. The first two plays you call is a pass. Like, I feel like it's just an unwritten rule. You just have to at least run it once.
I'm telling you right now.
Run it once.
Go ahead and run the ball against Leighton Vander Esch. You're not getting it.
But just try it anyways. Like, just in case somehow like there's a hole open and the defense just fails at filling the gap. Like, run it. You got Fournette back there. Like, that was just a clear deja vu picture of the Seahawks. You just don't do that in the red zone. That's some LaFleur shit that you just did right there.
Yeah.
And look what happens. I mean, the Cowboys capitalize, and then they go down, they go drive, and they score.
Dak Prescott was the best quarterback this weekend. There's no question about that.
5 tutties.
The only one that you could put up there with him would be maybe Brock Purdy. But even that, I mean, he was playing the Seahawks. The best. It was two different types of situations. Like, Dak, the whole game, like, you knew it. The announcers were saying it. Everyone was saying it or thinking it. Dak controlled that game from start to finish. Yeah, his first throw to CeeDee Lamb was shockingly bad. Made me a little nervous. But once he started getting his feet under him, really starting to go through his progressions, I mean, that might have been the best I've ever seen him play.
That was one of the better games he had. I have 2 points on this. One, Dalton Schultz is that dude.
Yes.
He's that dude.
And the Cowboys got to utilize him way more. I know he had 2 touchdowns, but the Cowboys are great when we get the ball as our tight ends, and we got 3 very good ones and one absolutely, like, astronomically above most of the league.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, even if CD doesn't have a good game, but you guys still win and other players are producing, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can't really just expect – I mean, I can't say that, but – to put pressure on CD to snap every game, I mean, I get it. It comes with, like, it just comes with the quota, I guess. But, dude, everyone else was doing great. Pollard, RB1 easy. Freaking Schultz, Gallup, they all played really well, excluding the defense.
And don't forget Zeke.
And
people forget Zeke because of the role that he plays now. But he had some runs that were crucial. I don't know why we're trying to bounce him out wide. He's not that type of running back anymore.
No, he's straight up.
But he had a few runs that, I mean, he got 6-7 yards, and that set up our ability to throw the ball deep, to get it to CeeDee Lamb, to get it to Gallup in the seam. And I mean, last night I might be back on Kellen Moore.
Yeah, on Kellen Moore.
I think I'm back on Kellen Moore. That man is a genius. He saved all of his good plays for the playoffs. I don't think he had the same paper in his hand that he's had all year. I think this was one that said playoff football. In the rest of the year, he had one that said we're going to fool the fucking league. And it's working. It's working.
You know it's not working. Your kicker's leg.
No, I'm sticking with my Dude, he was so good the whole year. And we're going to have him go kick on grass for the next week. He's kicking on grass.
How is that even possible?
No, his misses all come on grass. So we just got to get him kicking on some slick grass for this week, and he'll be money again.
Dude, I promise you, you know how many people thought that this was just a setup for the Bucks to come back and screw the boys? Oh, everyone did.
Right here.
4 missed extra points. Dude, that is absurd. Does that not scare you throughout the playoffs? 5 in a row now, yeah. Does that not petrify you at all?
No.
Not even in like a close game when you're playing the Niners next week.
Nope.
And you're putting the ball on his legs or his feet.
No, it would have petrified me and scared me to shit if
the Bucks started coming back.
No. If after the game, the players in the locker room didn't say a word about it. The fact that they all took the opportunity to say, like, no, Brett's a great kicker, like this was a one-off, like I'm fully behind him.
Oh, what about if they lose, though?
He missed 3 kicks the whole year.
Oh, he did. Okay, I will say that. He did great in the regular season.
The people
Absolutely.
that are calling for his head, I mean, all right, let's go see you try and kick one. To think that he went the whole season only missing 3 kicks, and then, yeah, he missed 4, but there's been kickers that have missed 2 in one game consistently, and no one's going for their heads. Yep. That's way worse than what he did.
Well, playoffs,
he knew that Dak
fans.
Prescott was going to destroy the Bucs, so, I mean, we might as well get them all out now.
Fair weather fans, they'll go for that. I mean, it's definitely a little – I'm not going to say it's okay. I mean, it's a little bit of a red flag, but –
I almost sent my resume.
Good. You should, actually.
I hit a 40-yarder after practice this past season.
You go.
So
center. Very nice. They won. That's something that they could just it happened. Let's move on. Let's go to the next game.
People forget he made the last one, and he didn't miss actually a single field goal in the game. He only missed extra points, so he was still 100% on field goals.
Okay, yeah, I'll give that to you.
And he's 1 for 1 in his last 1 attempt.
So I think I don't know if we're still doing mortals now. I think it's now just best bets.
Yeah, we're not counting it towards our mortal records.
We're not, but we're just gonna put out some bets that we like. But now I feel like next week is a good opportunity to maybe bet the over on his total points. It might be 6-3. I think just hammer the over anyways, just to give him a little bit of a reassurance that you're still a good kicker.
Yeah,
as a Cowboys fan, maybe you should do that.
And I feel bad for anyone that took the kickers in that game because there was only 1 kick made the whole game.
Yeah, bad.
There was 7 touchdowns, I believe, and only 1 kick was made. There was actually only 5 kicks taken. Also,
bad beat. The over would have hit if Mayer would have at least hit 1 PAT. So a lot of overbettors are not happy.
Out. He knew that the whole weekend was unders. He just wanted to support
knew something that we didn't.
Good for him.
Okay, so
Vegas.
Thanks. Now let's go to next week now because we said that this was the game that really makes Dak. This is the game that makes Dak. Like if Dak succeeds next week, he's going to be there for a long time because who knows, dude? He might get fucking traded. Who knows?
I don't see him getting traded. I think last night confirmed what he can do. He's a guy that will win you games. It's not a guy that you need him to win. Mm-hmm. He's not someone that you can win. No, you need Dak to win, and
it's a big test.
And this next week, I mean, it's going to be a big test. But the way the offense was rolling, like if we can just continue this progression into hopefully the NFC Championship, it's going to come down to the defense. And with Leighton Vander Esch on the field, it is completely different. The way he can read the run game of the other team is insane.
Yeah.
One of the best in the league.
Yeah, when he's healthy, absolutely, man. I mean, you see it all over. It's just another Sean Lee with a neck brace or a neck pad, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
But that game, I know I've been on the Niners for a while, but this is the game that kind of frightens me because the defense of the Cowboys can really wreak havoc on Brock Purdy because of his inexperience and how young he is. But the Niners have such a good O-line. My God.
There you go.
It's gonna be challenging for him at least because he's moving on. I mean, the system's been carrying him. He's been playing well, but this is a big test for both quarterbacks right now because Dak, we know his job isn't on the line. He's going to be a quarterback regardless, either with the Cowboys or elsewhere, but they need, because that's a top defense. That might be the best defense in the league. He needs to prove to the Cowboys and the Cowboys fans that he's the guy to stay because, listen, they did beat the 8-9 Bucks, but I'm not going to shun them because they still were playing Tom Brady and the Bucks. The reason why they lost is Todd Bowles. He's a curse. Sorry, Todd Bowles, you're a curse. But this is a huge game next week. This is probably going to be your toughest game the rest of the way.
Yeah.
The Eagles, you can beat the Eagles. You already beat them this year. Obviously, they had Gardner, but they're a division rival. You've played them before. You know what they are about. The AFC, the AFC, whoever that is, and the Niners will be your toughest matchup, 100%.
Yes. And, I mean, we'll get to it in a little bit, but do not count out the Giants. And Brock Purdy, as much like we talked before the show, Brock Purdy is a great quarterback. He's going to be their starter next year. I mean, I don't know how he fell to the last pick in the draft. Some people are just made for the pros, I guess. But if you look at who he's played in this run that he's had, you can't really say that he's played a top team. He's got, I mean, you can throw the Dolphins in there, you can throw the Bucks in there, but then it's the Seahawks. I mean, it's the Seahawks.
Yep.
And then you got the Commanders, the Raiders, and the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually.
He hasn't faced a team like Dallas, I would say. And I'm not trying to toot our own horn here, but I think we can all agree that Dallas is better than all those teams.
Yeah,
at the point
agree.
that he played them.
I mean, the Finns, they had Tua, but they played hard, and they didn't shut him out, but they were obviously the better team. So, yeah, no, that's a good point because now this is a real testament of how he's going to handle actually having pressure in his face and a line that actually might get beat and maybe some defense where they pull schematics in where they're blitzing a linebacker, blitzing a corner, playing zone, playing man because they like to change it up a lot too. I mean, Dan Quinn's a respectable defensive coordinator.
And that's why he's getting offensive coordinator, or not offensive coordinator.
That's exactly why he's getting offensive coordinator.
Oh man, I think he could run an offense. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but you know what though? Like I feel like I'm just gonna get off topic a little here, but like I feel like as a team, like you've seen Dan Quinn coach before. Yeah, he's got the Falcons to the Super Bowl. Yeah, he choked, but I feel like he's just one of those coaches that just needs to stay as a coordinator. I feel like he's another Todd Bowles, same thing. Like last year with the Bucks when they won the Super Bowl, like he was a defensive coordinator and they won it and he was great. But you move him up to head coach and it's just a whole different ball game. So. Yeah, I think for the Cowboys to be how they are now, he needs to just stay. But obviously, who knows if that's going to happen.
And along with that, I think it's ridiculous that the NFL allows teams to say, oh, we want to interview this guy, that guy, this guy, and actually interview them before their season is done.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, they have so much more to focus on right now.
As much as I don't want to lose Dan Quinn, I also don't want people interviewing him right now. Like, after the season, go ahead. Like, you got to do what you got to do. A head coach, it's always better than a defensive coordinator job.
I don't like that. No, I hate that they do that.
Money-wise.
Yes. Okay.
Money-wise.
Of course, yes. But
I think the position he's got right now is the best spot for him.
I agree 100% because he's like, I just feel like it's a defense for him, and he's got a lot of young pieces. He has one of the best, what is he, a defensive end, Micah Parsons, linebacker?
He's a defender.
He's just, we'll call him the rover. He's a rover. He's all over the field. I mean, you have a guy like that, you really can just have your defense do anything because he's just that special of a player.
Yeah.
Like after that, you don't have to worry about him whatsoever. He's going to cover. He's going to stop the run. He's going to attack the quarterback, sack him. I mean, after that, it's nothing. I mean, so I'm actually really excited to see that game. If I was betting that game, however, I'm taking the under 100%. It's probably going to be set at like 38.5. I'm still going to take it.
See, sometimes in these games where you got two power defenses, I'm staying away from it personally because I refuse to put money on the Cowboys. I just want to cheer, not have anything else on. I just want to see them win. So I'm not doing it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Dak put up 30 again.
We'll see that.
He's got the highest scoring offense in the league since in the weeks that he's played. But, I mean, this defense is ridiculous, and you got to look at their offense. That offense is probably the most stacked in the league.
They're probably the most balanced squad in the league. The Eagles are up there, too, just for you fucking Philly fans. But,
fuck you guys.
But this is the thing, though. Like, we can see two versions of Dak. Like, it's not like we're going to see one version of Dak every time. Like, when's the last time we saw a 5 touchdown? Not like I'm not saying 5 touchdown, but like a really, really good game for Dak against a pretty good team, and
that
he's
dominant?
excelled.
That
dominant. I can't remember
this
the last
season,
time.
No.
It's been a long time, dude.
There's been times where we've seen it, but this year, I mean, we got to remember we're going with the 4-2-4-2 method here. So 4 wins is on the way. So I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out and does it. But, yeah, Dak Prescott is just – he's in another zone right now. I think he knows how big this playoffs is, not just for the organization, but for the Cowboys in general, everywhere. This is a big season because this team is built to win. The defense is built to win. If they don't win, if they don't at least make it to an NFC Championship game, which we're guaranteed to play an NFC East team in that championship game, which means if we don't win that, I mean, it's a failure. It's just, I feel like he feels it, and he knows what he's got to do, and he's executing really well.
And you know what, though? I feel like this is the first time where I feel like the offense isn't reliant on Dak. It's because they just have such a good run game. Their O-line is healthy. They're playing out of their minds. Obviously, they have the weapons.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what you want as a quarterback in these situations. I mean, when it's third down and you got to do what you got to do, okay, you're ready. But you're getting a team that moves the sticks. If I would rather have, I think in any quarterback, would rather have them move forward 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7, and then run it again or pass it again. Now you're in 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Dude, easy money. You can get that first down. But when it comes to the time where they're going 3rd and long and they're getting stopped behind the line of scrimmage, this is where it's a lot tougher. So. Yep. And Dak, I wouldn't say he excels in that, but it's something that he would rather not do because he could just make the offense flow so much smoother on a short gain.
Yes. They got to keep doing the hurry-up offense. And to go along with that, let's talk about the Eagles-Giants.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Talk about hurry-up offense. Those two teams are teams that love to get into those 3rd and shorts.
I'm going to say this, though. Before we talk about the Eagles and Giants, let's talk about the Giants and the Vikings game. I mean, dude, Danny Dimes just solidified his contract.
That dude.
Dude, what? But you know what? Watching that game, though, because I actually watched that game, dude, they ran the offense through Danny. He was running nonstop. Design plays for him to run. The dude could move. He's got wheels.
The first drive in the second quarter, I swear to God, he ran it 20 times in a row.
Yeah. But you know what, though? I feel like it just, all right, Josh Allen, you don't want him to do that all the time because you want to protect him. But, the Giants are in a position where, they don't really know if he's that guy.
It's Michael Vick again.
It's Vanilla Vic.
Uh-huh.
That's a Michael Curry. Shout out to you, Vanilla Vic. But, I'll tell you what. If there's one dude that really's been surprising me and I really like a lot, it's this Isaiah Hodgins guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see him play. I mean, he joined the team in November.
Crazy.
I don't know if he was a practice squad player, got picked up from somewhere. In November, he joined the team, had a monster game, has been super reliable, good blocker as well, good catch, good routes. He's just been a huge piece of that team.
Yeah.
And, I mean, their receiving core is so bad, but he was a little diamond in the rough that they got. I think he'll be a solid player. Slayton's finally coming along too, but, dude, Danny Dimes has been looking accurate.
And quick shout out to Wink Martindale.
Wink Martindale, absolutely. Shout out to him too.
That's another guy that's having a great year. Defensive coordinator. I mean, the NFC East has some good coordinators.
Yeah, agreed.
Now. And it's showing. I mean, we got 3 teams in this divisional. So,
dude, it's crazy because the Kirk really cannot play in primetime. But you know what though? I saw something where should Kirk take a lot of the blame? Now, okay, we know what happened on that last play. Yeah, he didn't throw it by on the sticks. That was 100% on Kirk, most likely. What do we know? But the whole game, you can't. I feel like you really can't blame it all on him because, dude, the defense did allow multiple touchdowns. That defense was bad.
Dude, they were getting run through.
Yeah, they couldn't stop anyone. Saquon obviously can't stop him. I mean, Danny Dimes, they just couldn't stop anything. They were on the field the whole time. And then obviously the Vikings are trying to do whatever. They had a good game plan. I mean, Dalvin Cook was doing it right. KJ was getting in there, JJ, but they just weren't the better team. They just got outplayed. Honestly, that's just really what it came down to.
And I mean, we all saw this coming, right?
Yeah. I had the Vikings because everyone thought I was on the Giants at the start, but I'm like, oh my God, everyone's on the Giants. I got to go Vikings.
I stayed away from it because
I didn't bet it. Yeah,
I've always thought there's only going to be one upset, and the Jags won. So I was like, ooh, I think I should stay away from this because I know the Giants are going to win this, but I can't bring myself to do it.
Jags, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I went against you guys, but I'm proud of y'all.
Thank you. Jag moneyline. We're jagging off this postseason.
We were jagging. This is the problem, though. We said the Chargers were going to win. I thought we were on the Chargers. Then we went to go jag off. And I'm like, shit, dude, we were on the Chargers. But they came back. They won. I'm super, super happy for them. I was cool with any of those teams making it because I'm a Herbert guy. I like Lawrence. I love the Jags. But, dude, let's go. Let's see the Jags move.
We can get into this game because I need to talk about some of the beef that people now have with me. Too many people were messaging me, oh, are we still jagging off? Oh, are we doing this? Oh, Jaguars suck. Mike's over here asking why I didn't take the Chargers, why I took the Jaguars.
Dude, my take's terrible.
You know what?
Terrible.
Yeah, I will admit.
I'm like Max Kellerman.
On the show, I said, yes, 3, 2, 1, I said Chargers.
I was sold that we were on them. If we would have said Jags, bro, I would have been on the Jags, 100%.
But 3 days later, I hear Mike, he's not playing. Williams isn't playing. So I'm not going to take them. They're a completely different team without him. So I said, you know what? I said we're jagging off. We're jagging off. I'm going to jag off all weekend. Went out to the bar. Jagged off everywhere in that place when they started coming back. That was the most fun I've ever had.
Wild.
It was flowing.
This is the thing now. I'm very happy for you, and I'm happy for the Jags. That's sick, and I hope they keep winning because next year they're going to be even better, which is going to be great. I'm taking them to win it all. I don't care.
My best bet is going to be the Jags. If you want to ride with me, ride with me. We're jagging off all the way to the Super Bowl.
So this is the thing now. So who gets the blame? Okay, I shouldn't say it like that. We'll talk Jags Chargers, but I feel like for me, it's a collective thing rather than just blaming the offense or blaming the defense. Listen, obviously we knew that the Chargers were down bad. They didn't have Mike Williams. They have DeAndre Carter, Keenan, who's playing on one leg, Gerald Everett. They're missing their left tackle. I can make all the excuses in the world, but, dude, they did put up 27 points. I get it. Now, this is where the other argument comes in. Yeah, the defense had 5 turnovers or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But this is the thing, though. The offense, it was kind of like watching the Jets again because the defense was on the field. They were letting up a score, and then the offense goes out, has a 3-and-out. So I just feel like the group as a whole just broke down, and Brandon Staley needs to go. They need to get Sean Payton. They would be so good if they got Sean Payton, 100%.
I didn't even think about that. But if I'm Sean Payton, I'm looking at that team and that squad of players, and I'm like, if we can get this team healthy, if we just tell all the wide receivers to go home and not come back till August so that they're all healthy, he could make them a Super Bowl team.
Absolutely.
They already should have been a Super Bowl team. But Staley's a moron.
Yeah, he's too aggressive. He has the right ideas, but he just doesn't know when to utilize them correctly.
All right,
in my opinion.
I saw this article in The Athletic the day after the game, and I didn't know this at the time. But do you guys remember it was either 3rd and 1 or 4th and... No, it had to be 3rd and 1 because they punted. They audible to an end around to this short dude, and he fumbled. Resulted in a punt, right? That guy didn't practice the whole week. He was put in because Williams was out. And so he's never run that play. And then they're just going to run an end around in one of the more important 3rd and 1s in the game. And you fumble it and punt it back to the Jags, and now we all know what happened. But that's coaching. That's coaching. That's
absolutely.
And also, I don't care what the position is, where you are on the field, who you have at quarterback. Why is the whole league not running the Eagles' 3rd and 1 play, 4th and 1 play? Name one time it didn't work for the Eagles.
All right. You can even just do, you can this is where it comes to, protecting your quarterback. But, dude, Herbert's a big dude. You can pretty much get a fullback in front of him. Obviously, you have Eckler back there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just, being smart and not – you know what? I feel like with Staley, he just puts himself in a position where he just overthinks it way too much. Keep it simple, stupid. Just keep it simple. That's all you have to do. Because regardless, we know you're going for it on 4th down because you always do.
Yes.
Regardless if you're on the 10-yard line of your own team, on your own side, Or on the Jaguars side, like, you're going to go for it. You might as well just pick up yardage. Like, I just feel like they're trying to do way too much. But you know what? It came and bit them in the ass.
Yes.
And shout out to the Jags for that. I'm sorry, but good for you guys. Dead ass. Like, they deserve it. And next year, they're going to be even better.
Yeah. Chargers are going to charge her.
So let's now talk about the Eagles and Giants, because you want to touch on that. What do you have to say? I want to hear. I don't know. I got nothing at the moment.
I just feel like Eagles fans are way too confident. They see all these guys, they're like, oh, this guy's playing. But, like, yeah, they're playing. But, like, Lane Johnson, all pro. Phenomenal all year. Can't say anything bad about the guy. Can't say anything bad about Jalen Hurts. But, like, we all forget, teams aren't going to come out and be like, oh, yeah, he's, like, actually in a lot of pain. No team's going to do that. No team's going to ever do that. So, like, how healthy are the Eagles? Because if they're not 100%, this Giants team is playing phenomenal. They, in Vegas, in the NFL, tried to rig that Vikings game. They tried to hand it to the Vikings. Mm-hmm. That roughing the passer was terrible, and Slayton just dropped it. I don't know how much money Slayton earned on that play, but that was crazy. And the Eagles, I just think they got to be careful because this Giants team is good.
This is the thing with the Birds. Honestly, I think they're 100% going to win. But
I wouldn't say 100.
Yeah,
maybe 99.
Okay, I did see a stat. The Eagles are 16-4 against the Giants in the last like 13 years, and they haven't won in the Link in a long time. It's been a long time. The Giants.
Can we take a peek at those teams though? This might be...
No, I'm saying against the Giants. The Eagles are 16.
Yeah,
yes,
I know.
Okay,
like,
I mean, they're probably garbage, but
this
numbers
Giants
don't lie.
Team is way better than the ones in recent history.
Now, this is the thing though, because when a team has a bye, you're going to either see a team that's physical, ready, and healthy, or a team that's sluggish and is coming out the gate really slow. The Eagles can be that team this week. I just think they're too strong up front that they're just going to... I mean, I don't know. I mean,
they could be injured.
I'm not really worried about the injury that much because even if they're injured and they go down, okay, they just went and they went at it. But this is the playoffs now. I'm not saying Michael Vick put on a brace and go play, but like if they're confident enough that he can play, even if he's 75%, the dude's going to play through it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's going to be a tough game, especially in the Link, bro. That, like, dude, it's tough to win there. Mm-hmm. It's tough. But the Giants are on a roll. They're hot. Dable's a coach of the year easily. Yeah. So it's going to be a tough game. I think the spread's at like 7 right now. But I don't know. I'm staying away from that game too. But I thoroughly think the Eagles are going to win this game. But I hope the Giants win. I really do. But they just
if you had to tell me like my life is on the line, who's going to win, I would take the Eagles. But my heart's with the Giants. In the playoffs, I think that it's a lot about heart. It's a lot about like who's willing to do it. And the Giants last week, if they come out the same way, like, Eagles fans, just prepare to like burn your city down.
World War III.
Because you might leave that stadium in tears.
Grease up the poles.
They're not gonna have to grease them. They're gonna have to try and keep them standing.
But I like what you're saying though when it comes to like heart though, because I feel like not even just in football but in baseball and basketball, you have these teams who are just like. I feel like a team that's an underdog, like, dude, you're playing for nothing at that point. Obviously, you're playing for something, but, like, you have nothing to lose. All the pressures are on the favorites. Mm-hmm. The Niners would probably be a favorite. Obviously, the Bills next week, I think they're going to lose. I think they're losing to the Bengals next week.
Dallas is currently plus 4.5.
They're plus 4.5? That's a good spread. That's a tough one.
It is. I think it's more of a +3 type of game.
Dude, I feel like I think the last team you want to see in the NFC, is it the Niners or is it the Birds? Niners. I mean, they have haunted you guys.
I said it the first episode of this season. I mean, they are kryptonite. But, I mean, we got to remember, this Cowboys team has been on a prove you wrong type of season. Like, everyone was saying Mike McCarthy can't do it. Dak can't do it. Well, we're in the playoffs, and we did it. We went on the road. We hadn't won a road playoff game in forever. We won a road playoff game. We wore blue in the playoffs. Haven't won since ever in blue in the playoffs. Won in blue in the playoffs. Oh, Dak can't win a playoff game. Oh, Dak won a playoff game. Oh, Jerry hasn't won in 30 years. He's talking about Super Bowls. Now you got Troy Aikman coming himself up in the commentator box. I mean, bring on the Niners. And then you know what? We're going
Well,
give me anyone in the NFC East. Everyone knows that the Cowboys run the NFC East.
this is the thing with
if the Eagles had to play a whole season of NFC East, Dallas wins that division this year.
This is the thing with the Cowboys that I've realized is they're a super powerhouse regular season team. But every time they reach the playoffs, something happens, and then everyone's pointing fingers. Hopefully that changes this year. I'm rooting for you. I'm hoping this is the year that it happens, but I'm rooting for – you see, this is the thing, though. I want to root for the Niners because I want my take to manifest. But I'm also rooting for the boys because I would be happy if you guys won or the Niners won.
I heard what you said, and you want me to feel bad. I hear what you said.
But
and I can't wait for the Jets to not win a single game next year. I
said 4 last year.
I'm going to cheer for them.
Listen, what I just told you, do I want the Niners to win? Yes, but would I be happy? Would I be mad if they lost? No, I wouldn't because you're a boys fan, and you know what? They're proving everybody wrong.
Say it like that. You say I'm a Cowboys fan. Don't say I'm a fan of boys.
You're the boys. You're the boys fan.
That sounds bad.
You're the Dallas Stars fan.
Thank you. That sounds even better.
The Stars.
Thank you.
So I think that's gonna be a good game, and I hope Dak proves everyone wrong because I am a fan of Dak.
If I had to rank teams that I'm scared of on our side, it would go Niners, Giants, Eagles.
Wow.
And I'm not even trying to be a dickhead by saying that, but I just for some reason, when you just have a feeling that you can beat a team, but there's one team that maybe that's how I feel about this Eagles-Giants situation. If we had to play the Giants this week, I'd be a little bit more nervous than playing the Eagles.
So your best bet would be Giants with the spread right now. That's how confident you are that they can maybe turn this ship around and make an upset happen.
I'm not going to
respect that,
but I would do it.
You know what, though? I get where you're coming with that feeling, though, because it does feel like a game where it looks like the Birds are because they're a powerhouse, they're off the bye. Dude, anything can happen, man. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
There's one thing we learned. It's the NFL. Anything can happen.
Literally.
Anything.
Whatever Vegas
4
wants.
missed extra points. Freaking Jacoby Myers throwing it back to Chandler Jones. Perfect throw. Better than Zach Wilson. Freaking anything can happen.
My favorite part of this Monday Night Football game was when they were doing the Come On Man, that segment. And every single play, I was like, that was NFL rigged. That was NFL rigged. That was NFL rigged.
It's trending every week,
I was like,
bro.
How about we just get the Vikings game? Just throw that one up here because the whole game was NFL rigged.
It trends every single week. NFL rig is always trending.
The only game that wasn't NFL rigged this week was the Cowboys game. It's hard to rig a game when the Dak Prescott is going off that much. But all right, let's stop talking about the Cowboys.
I was going to say, let's move on
to the Bills.
Okay, yeah. No, I want to know the note. Muller wrote some stuff about me.
We'll get there. We got to talk about one more game.
They're not winning next week.
This Bills game. So I like the Bengals, unless 3 comes out of the.
That's literally the only reason why I'm scared to bet that game is because they're playing for DeMar right now.
If DeMar comes out of that tunnel right before kickoff.
Put your bets in. Cash out, bro.
Joe Burrow's not going to be able to hear anything. His offensive line's not going to be able to hear anything. If he comes out of that tunnel, take first play of the game, false start. It's a lock or a timeout.
Dude,
it's a lock.
This is the thing, though. I've been saying this for a little bit. The Bills have holes. They're not. I think everyone has thought that they were going to be easy Super Bowl favorite, but watching them throughout the year, they're missing something. And
Josh Allen does Josh Allen things.
You know what?
Sue him.
You know what it is? And Carlos said this too. Dable is gone. And I think that made a huge impact on how he plays the game. And I think he's right. I think we've seen some little cracks in the Bills' offense and the defense. All you have to do is just focus Stephon Diggs and maybe lock up Gabe Davis. That's it. The defense is there. The defense is good. Matt Milano, Tremaine Edmonds, Von Miller's hurt, Ed Oliver went down. So they're a solid defense, but I just feel like there's just something is not right. And I feel like they're vulnerable all in all. That's what they are.
So I felt it felt weird watching them, right?
Every week it has been, right? Dude.
So hear me out here. Watching the Bills play football, the defense is good.
Yes.
But the offense is where it confuses you because it looks like backyard football. They run go routes, and Josh Allen just run. He's like a mixture of Mike Vick and Phillip Rivers and Ben Roethlisberger.
I was going to say Favre. I was going to
all
throw Favre
mashed
in there.
together. Okay, I'll throw Favre in there because of the interceptions. Throw Favre in there, and that's the quarterback named Josh Allen.
I'll tell you what. Josh Allen combined interception and fumbles this year plus 30.
Yeah. And
no one talks about it enough.
Dak Prescott throws one interception. It's like, fire him. Mm-hmm. But we're not going to talk about the Cowboys. Josh Allen, I love watching him. He's tall, big hands. I mean.
Okay, coward.
What?
Okay, Colin Coward.
He's a backwards hat type of guy.
He's not a backwards hat type of guy. Big,
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Have Tom Brady
comes from a good family. Hard-nosed. Western small town kid.
If I was gonna talk about the NFL with airplanes, Josh Allen is Spirit. No, but seriously, like he'll throw a crazy interception.
Not a backwards hat type of guy. Muller is a backwards hat type of guy.
100%. So is Dak Prescott. That's why we're winning.
He wears a Cowboys hat. I mean, you can't. It's a cowboy hat. You can't wear it backwards.
No, he wears this. So you know those camouflage ones?
Oh, he's a camo type of guy.
No, like the NFL ones that they made this year. He wears that one backwards. But we're not talking about the Cowboys anymore. So
I love how you keep saying it. You're like, we're not talking about the Cowboys anymore because you know you want to talk about the Cowboys more, but you're trying to set the tone where you don't want to talk about the Cowboys because you could just ramble.
Yeah,
I like
but
that.
We're not
way
talking
to go
about
out
the
there.
Cowboys anymore. Like Josh Allen just like he'll do a crazy play and follow it up with that, like in the first quarter when he was running and just threw the ball out of bounds, like not a throw, but just like let go of the ball. That was just a crazy Josh Allen. You gotta let him do it though, because if you take that away from him, I guarantee the Bills aren't as good.
You know what? And that's a good point, too, because that was what I was going to say next, is they rely on him too much. Like, you can see the difference between Brock Purdy and how that system works for him and then Josh Allen. Like, Josh Allen is making plays happen, but he excels at it. But that's where that's a good point you make, because when you watch him, it's like you're just making him do everything, but it's working. But, dude, I mean, you watch that game against Miami, they put up a fight and it was damn close.
Yeah.
Like, Miami, they lost. The flame went out. The flame was done ever since Tua went down. They were not the same. So
I blame the sun for that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that when it's freezing outside, the sun is 10 times brighter. So it was tough to catch footballs.
Yeah. So I truly don't think they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. But I can't say that because they're playing for DeMar Hamlin. So I have to just keep that in the back of my mind.
Yeah. If DeMar Hamlin isn't at the game, I like the Bengals. Joe Burrow is just really good. I mean, he's on a 10-game winning streak. His last 3 games.
Shout out to the Ravens, by the way.
So he has a chance to go 4-0 in his last 4 games by only playing 2 teams, because he beat the Bills, beat the Ravens, and then beat the Ravens, and now he has a chance to beat the Bills.
I like him, man. I really do. I think their offense is legit, and they're stacked.
So you agree with me? Like, Bengals won that game at Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're up 7-3. Joe Burrow was driving.
Yeah. It was stamped, and they were playing in Cincy, so stamped.
So
Jamar Chase can snap. Yo, I want to refer to Sleeper real quick. I traded away Joe Mixon. He has not done diddly squat since he was off my team. He had one 56-point game. That was it after that.
Yeah, neither has D-Hop.
What a great trade.
Yeah.
D-Hop.
Hasn't done anything since I traded him.
D-Hop.
Traded him 2 weeks ago.
The only reason why I actually traded for him is because I traded him
0 yards last week.
I traded him away.
What a fucking idiot.
Last year. 0 yards, bro. He's gonna snap.
0 yards.
He's gonna go. He's gonna go to a good ass team. He's gonna fry. Just hopefully it's not the Ravens. Shout out to the Ravens. You guys are great. Tyler Huntley, you're the man. You're the man. That fumble was as rigged as it can get, if you guys recall.
No, yeah, like NFL rigged. It was the whole weekend. What quarterback have you ever seen take the football, reach over the line like that, and fumble, and it's not a touchdown? No one has ever done that in the history of man, and he does that. He almost cost us our best bet.
Literally, I said, we need a fumble here. A fumble happened, and then took it back for a touchdown.
That was crazy.
I literally was watching that. I'm like, dude, not that type of fumble as he was running. I'm like, are you freaking serious? It's like,
Shout out to
yo.
Mike Tirico, though.
Yeah.
That was a great call.
So, all right, let's move on to this freaking note that you wrote. I'm curious. It's bugging me.
Before we get into it, we got to talk about the Lamar Jackson situation.
Oh, yes, we do. Because Lamar, Gassy, you're going to like this. Lamar removed his bio. He removed his profile picture on Instagram. So it's a blank photo, and there's no bio of him being a Ravens quarterback.
Yeah.
Dude, he's gone. He's
also,
coming to the Jets.
Did you see what he posted on Instagram today?
No.
He basically said, like, you should always, like, appreciate what you have before it's gone. And then he also liked a Jets post, and then he deleted the like because it started blowing up. So it's not there anymore, but people have screenshot it. He liked the Jets post.
So Mackay tweeted something though. I think Mackay tweeted something.
Fellas, I can see Mike and a Chubb. Let's calm down over here, all right? But
we have to verify that. I have seen a lot of fake posts like that in the recent weeks.
Oh, but
so we'll do some research.
Dude, and Sauce is on the recruiting. Sauce and Mackay are trying to recruit him, bro. We are favorites to land him. I think the top 3 favorites right now are us, the freaking Patriots. He's not going there. And Atlanta? I think Atlanta's another one. But, dude, why? Like,
I don't know why.
Out of all the teams right now that are looking for a quarterback, dude, the Jets are there. The only thing that's scary is the continuity in the front office. I get it, but, bro, you're playing with a bunch of young guns. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, who you're going to make a freaking 2,000-yard receiver.
Bro, get Zach Wilson in black and purple next year.
Yeah, trade him. Absolutely trade him.
Keep Mike White.
This would be hilarious if Zach Wilson was somehow fixable. It's probably like a 3% chance of that happening.
All right, what are you doing if he goes to the Ravens and the Ravens win that division next year and are the number 1 seed?
Dude, he will not beat the Jets. It's over. He's done. I don't care. That will never happen. I'll put my whole freaking life on it.
If he goes to the Ravens, I'm putting money on the over wins in that one.
I don't want to get into it, but I really want this. All right, now this is the problem though, because you can really trade for Carr whenever. I'm pretty sure right after the Super Bowl ends, you can get on the phone and make a trade. Yeah. But do you want to wait and risk the chance of losing Derek Carr to go all in and get Lamar? Maybe this is what Gass said, and I agree with him. Trade for Carr now. Get Carr. Trade him to the Ravens. Yeah. Be that type of organization who does that type of shit. But it's messed up. I mean, I'm happy with either of those quarterbacks, honestly. I mean, I'm not worried about the prices or whatever. It's not my money. I don't care. Well, it kind of is, but it's not. But yeah, I'm happy with either or. If we don't break the bank for Lamar, okay. Like, will I be upset? Yeah, but, dude, we got to prove a veteran quarterback. That's one thing. But if we get Lamar, oh, my God, it's over. I'm just scared about his injury, but I don't care at this point. Like, they got to make a move. So what do we got to lose?
See, this was what I was worried about today, which is why I wrote you this note. I don't want to see my friends get crushed. So
we're damaged.
I just want to remind you of what the Jets have done to you, and just to make sure, like, when this doesn't happen, you can just remind yourself, like, no, this makes perfect sense. This is what we do.
It's all in the mind.
Jets. Let's go win 5 games next year, all right? So read this. Make sure you flip it to the side that has a lot more writing than the other side. All right? So just just take a peek at that. So
all right, can I go through all of this?
No, yeah, go ahead. All
right, so Jets, here we go. So this is the note. I'm going to put it on the camera right now. This is the note that Muller wrote to me, and then there's one on the back. Show him the back as well.
Yep.
That's on the back. All right, so at the start and the front of the page, it says Jets quarterback since 2015, and then it says the draft. Wow, you really went in depth about this, didn't you?
No, yeah, I wanted to make sure there was no stone unturned.
All right, so I'm going to go through this. It'll probably take me 5 minutes. So here we go. I'm going to read absolutely everything here.
Yep.
So Jets quarterback since 2015. We're going to start here.
You could probably just list them one by one, but I mean, they're just know.
I'll go through the starters of each, and then I'll mention the backups.
Right there, 5-11.
5-11.
Yep, I made sure to write that too.
2018, Sam Darnold, first year, we went 4-12. 2019, first year, Adam Gase, we went 7-9. Okay, 2020 was with Sam Darnold. We went 2-14, second worst in the NFL, where we could have had Trevor, but we didn't know how to tank correctly. And we beat the Rams for no reason.
Yep.
But, okay, so we pulled the Houston Texans. 2021, Zach Wilson, 4-13. 2022, Zach Wilson, 7-10. Okay.
I think the more impressive thing is that you guys had Josh Johnson start
He was a player on the Jets. He's been all over the league.
Yep.
Good for him. All right, now we're going to go into the draft. Okay, so 2015, pick 6 was Leonard Williams. Yeah, that was a great pick, and he played well, and I'm really happy for him now. And then Bryce Petty, 4th rounder, terrible backup. 2016, Darren Lee, terrible.
Didn't even know who that was.
Yeah, awful. Christian Hackenberg. You know, I don't have to get
I
into
wrote that because that made me laugh. Because you guys have had quarterback struggles for, like, ever.
I know.
And you guys were like, oh, let's take a Penn State quarterback. For all the Penn State listeners out there, don't even come at me for this. You should know this. Penn State quarterbacks suck. They're some of the worst in the nation. Your team is always going to let you down. Never get too high about your quarterback. Trace McSorley was the closest thing you had to an NFL quarterback.
I love how you wrote. Okay, so in 2016.
Oh, yeah, these are all the guys that came after.
These are the guys that, yes.
After your pick.
I know.
So you could have got these guys, but you didn't.
Listen.
And they're all quarterbacks. There's a lot there.
I know. And we had a terrible GM for about 4 of those years. He was probably the worst GM in it.
Oh, yeah.
John Itzig's up there, too, but he was bad. Jacoby Brissett was in round 3. Dak Prescott, he wrote Dallas just to make sure.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Round 4.
Yep.
Nate Sudfeld, okay, those guys don't matter. 2017, pick 6, Jamal Adams. Great pick at the time. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal pick. He was probably the best Jet I've ever seen besides Revis.
Yep.
I know who's actually fun. We passed on Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, Josh Dobbs, and Nathan Peterman. Damn, we really could have had Nathan Peterman. We screwed up.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, 2018, pick 3, Sam Darnold. We wanted Baker at the time.
Now, this is where it gets hilarious.
I know who we passed on.
Because you went out there in the first round with the 3rd pick, and you took a quarterback, and look at who you passed up on.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Mike White of Dallas.
It is crazy.
Yes,
crazy. You could have been in the Super Bowl already.
But
you didn't take Josh Allen. You didn't take Lamar Jackson. Now you're going to have to spend – you could have got Lamar Jackson for free.
I was, like, iffy on Josh. I'll be honest. I was not really sold on Josh Allen. I was like –
this is more about Lamar.
I
can't believe
he was
that
not – Lamar was not in the conversation at all. Like, it was there. Dude, for Jets fans, it was Baker. We want Baker Mayfield. 100%.
Okay.
All right, we'll move on. 2019, Quentin Williams. I mean, do I have to say anymore? He might be the best D tackle in the league once Aaron Donald retires.
That was good.
He had a better year than him this year.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I do understand that this gets unfair for you guys towards the end here, but it is still so funny for me to sit here and watch you guys struggle with quarterbacks and just all these quarterbacks continue to go.
Every single year.
Go ahead.
Okay, so in 2019, the quarterbacks that came after Quentin Williams, who was still a great pick, Danny Dimes, Drew Lock, Jared Stidham, Gardner Minshew, Trace McSorley. I mean, Danny Dimes is the only guy, really.
I mean, Gardner Minshew would have been better than what you had for those couple years.
Okay, I don't want to get into Gardner Minshew because my dad is, like, loving Gardner Minshew so much. And I love Gardner Minshew, too.
Me too.
But I'm not getting into him. All right, 2020, pick 11, Mekhi Becton. We had to go tackle at that point.
Good pick.
For
what? No, but for where you guys were at. Where you guys were at. That's what I mean. It gets unfair. Because
Jordan Love,
take a quarterback there.
Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts were picked after. Everyone was hating on the Jalen Hurts pick anyway, so I don't want to hear shit from anyone.
No, but I think we were hating on it because it was the Eagles.
Dude, Eagles fans are hating on it, bro.
Yeah, because they had Carson Wentz. And they were like, literally both of those picks were hated on because of the quarterbacks that were at those teams.
Yeah.
So you guys could have taken them and just solved everything.
Okay, now 2021, Zach Wilson. We passed on Trey Lance, Justin Fields, who should have been a Jet.
This one's hilarious.
And Mac Jones, Kyle Trask, Davis Mills. All right, flip the page.
Wait, I wrote Kyle Trask to be determined because next year when he's the starter for Tampa Bay, I'm waiting for him to win the Super Bowl because I've been riding that take for a while.
Maybe a Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Or he wouldn't be a rookie, but
sophomore of the year.
All right, so 2022, pick 4, Sauce Gardner. We passed on. I mean, Sauce is generational
Sauce
talent.
is phenomenal. So this is where it gets really unfair.
Kenny Pickett, you know what? I said he wasn't going to be good. He's going to be good. Malik Willis, he's not going to be good.
That was a terrible take on my part. Sorry.
Matt Corral, we don't know about him yet. Gassy likes him.
I like him.
I think he's a good, nice little running piece. He could be a Danny Dimes guy.
He's in Carolina, right?
Yes.
I think Carolina should switch their colors. Keep that blue, but add a little red.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yo, facts.
Make them feel at home.
Bailey Zappi, Sam Howell, who's going to start for the Commanders.
He's good.
Skylar Thompson, who played an actual decent game against the Bills.
Yep.
He's okay. And Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy's good.
That system is damn good. And he's good too.
But that's just.
But I can't say he's like fucking banging on the table. I want him right now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
No way.
That's what I mean. It's unfair with this, especially this one and the last one. But it's crazy how many good quarterbacks have come through and been good. And I know it's a crapshoot half the time. But when you look at how many quarterbacks are taken in each draft, like you guys have somehow taken one of like the 4 quarterbacks in every draft that just end up being ass cheeks.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But now here's the free agents
But
coming up.
Before I get into that, this is why I understand where teams don't tank because they're playing for their pride and their jobs. The prime example in 2018 was Sam was the quarterback. Let's see. 2020, sorry, 2-14. Dude, like you see that guy and no one is comparable to him. He is not, no one can compare to him. Hasn't lost a game since he was probably out of the womb, bro. Like, how can you mess that up? Like, everyone needs to gather as a team. Just be like, guys, listen, we're gonna play our hearts out, but we are going to rig the last couple plays of the game so we lose and get Trevor.
Yeah. And
now I sound like an asshole fan. And they didn't do it. And look where we are now.
Yep.
So that's the double-edged sword. Okay, now the free agent quarterbacks as of now.
Really? So this, when I was looking at it, it went by how much their money was at. So really, you can skip the ones that don't have arrows.
Okay, so free agent quarterbacks can be a potential Jet quarterback for this 2023 season. Baker Mayfield, Danny Dimes, Mike White, Taylor Heineke, Lamar Jackson.
Now, hear me out here. Taylor Heineke, I don't think many teams are going to jump at him, but that's a guy that he deserves a chance somewhere to be the guy. Like, some of these teams are so bad.
I wouldn't be mad about that. Like, no way.
Taylor Heineke has proven he can win. If you look at what he's done this year and last year, really, he's only got 2 losses, maybe 3.
I'm fully on board with that. Even obviously you're not going to pay him starter money, but
no, and I don't think he would expect that.
I'd pay him a little bit, dude. But I feel like it's a rare case where you see a quarterback go to a different team and just excel.
Yeah. Because
usually when a quarterback is good, he's there for a long time. But prime example is Geno. I don't know if that's a good example because he's been in the league for a while. But
hey, he's on that list right there.
Would you
take him back?
Huh?
Would you take this Geno back? Because think about it, you're getting an experienced Geno now.
I don't think I would,
honestly. People.
If you can't handle New York ones, I don't think he can handle it again. Even though he has done well. Yeah. But the New York fans are just assholes. They won't tolerate it. But I would give Heineke a shot 100%. And obviously I want Mike White back. And I want Lamar Jackson or Derek Carr. But obviously you can't have 4 quarterbacks on the team. But I think regardless, Mike White needs to be on the team. I don't want to get into them too much, but Mike White must be on the team. I don't if they gambled on Heineke, so be it. But at this point, we're not worried about our backups. We're worried about the guy.
The guy. You got to find the guy.
Okay. Wow. I thought Muller was going to have every bad take that I have on this sheet because I've had a lot of bad takes.
No, I did this out of genuinely caring for a friend.
Look at that.
Look
at that, Muller.
I didn't want him to get too high. No, you keep this so that when they fuck this up, you open that and you just write down that guy fucked you too. Yep. Put it right there. It's just a little reminder that no matter what happens, it won't work.
It's just wild because we have never got that feeling of just knowing the quarterback is going to stay here forever. Or for at least 4 years. Yeah. It's always, this is what happens. I hate that I'm getting into this. Year 1, they show flashes, but they end the season 5-11, 4-12, and you're like, dude, he could be so good. Look at this game against the Texans. Look at this game. Year 2, he gets injured for about 5 to 6 weeks, and it's like, oh, well, the process is now delayed because he's injured. We can't really decide on if he's the guy. Year 3, absolute disaster, and we got to get rid of him. Yeah. It's happened with Zach. It's happened with Sam. And before that, I don't really know. I mean, Sanchez was the only guy, like I said. But, dude, it's just we're so freaking parched. We were so parched. Dude, we just need it. I need it. Dude, that's all we want. we are in such a good position now. Like, it's just the one position we can never figure out. Like, we're like allergic to drafting a good quarterback, or just like allergic to having a quarterback stay.
You guys are literally the only organization that can't figure out the
We can't
quarterback.
figure it out.
Even the Texans figured it out for a few years there.
Yeah, I know.
The Browns
I
figured
can't
it
think
out.
of one other team that has not figured it out like us. The Lions figured it out with
Lions
Goff.
figured it out. They had
The
Stafford.
Miami's still
No,
up in the
hold
air,
up.
but
they had Stafford.
they did have Stafford, true.
Yeah.
But I mean, what other teams? The Jaguars have finally figured it out.
Bucks.
Seahawks got.
They figured it out. They
All
won
right.
a Super Bowl.
Now, this is just going to be a kick in the balls for the Jets fans, but the Seahawks got rid of their number one guy and had an ex-Jets quarterback
They
come
learned-
in and figured it out.
They learned
It's
from
crazy. It's crazy.
They learned from Joe Douglas. They took the Joe Douglas little script and they went, "Yo, this is what he did to us. We got to do it to them." And they 100% won that. They slapped the like, we take your picks. But yeah, it's a struggle, man. It's rough, but that's all I have. I don't know anything else. Is there anything else you want to touch on? We're probably way over 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
You're good?
I just need to make sure you got that note.
Thank you, Muller. I appreciate it. All right, one last thing. Well, let me hear your prediction for the Niners game, Cowboys game.
Cowboys win.
Score.
33-24.
I'm going to go
I think it's high scoring.
I'm going to go 24-21
Okay.
in favor of
Think about this. You don't have to say it. Just say the score. Just
You know
say
what?
the
No,
score. Just say the
you know what? I love the Niners. I'm going to ride with the boys because I rode the Chargers and the Jags. So, but maybe I should fade you because if I ride with you, we probably will
Oh,
lose.
yeah. Take the Niners.
24-21 Niners for the
Niners.
sake of Muller.
There
We're
we go.
out of here, guys. Good shit. We'll catch up.
Peace.